Hey guys, Claire here, and in today's video, we're going to talk about all things Harry and Meghan. The countdown is on for the arrival of Harry and Meghan in Vancouver for the 1 year to go Invictus Games Foundation celebration. So far, the Invictus Games Foundation has already started to show different aspects of what we will expect for the upcoming games, sharing the venue for some of the game, also sharing photos of members of different teams who have already arrived in Whistler in preparation for the 1 year to go celebration. The luxury Italian shoe brand Aquazzura recently released a brand new video campaign, and of course, Duchess Meghan was featured, not once, but twice. Also, another royal woman featured in the ad is Queen Letizia of Spain. Other members of the British royal family who have been attempting to hop on the Aquazzura train since Meghan Markle's arrival into the family were not included. And by now we all know that Piers Morgan will soon be, well, a YouTuber. And the reactions to this on social media has been hilarious and very, very petty.
Dear Piers Morgan, how you doing? How does it feel to be vilified, to be ostracized, to be the prey for a change? You must be in a whole world of pain. And I'd like to say that I feel for you. However, I did some background checking, and it seems to me that you have been let go, sacked from pretty much every job that you've ever had. You were let go from the Mirror Group, and then you went over to the States to be the anchor person for CNN. You trashed their viewing ratings, and so you went off to America's Got Talent. And when the Americans had enough of you, they sent you home. So you hosted a program in the morning TV, whereby you just humiliated. That was your job. You wanted to humiliate absolutely everybody that showed up. You forgot your station. You're supposed to be the journalist, the interviewer, but all it turned out to be was you interviewing yourself, giving your opinions. You got sacked from all these places because of your arrogance, because of your pomposity, because of your just not being able to listen to another person's point of view. You, as I say, humiliated everybody. And you humiliated or set out to humiliate no other than Harry and Meghan. Why? Because Meghan, she spurned you. She didn't want you. She had a choice, and she chose Harry. And you have never been able to get over that. You said to camera, she dumped me. You were so incredulous. She dumped me. Have you no mirrors in your house? Had you forgotten that you are married? You have a wife, and you have not one, not two, not three, but 4 children. How disrespectful is that to your wife? How humiliating is that to your children when they have to bear with the fact that their own father openly pines for another woman? And you hate the fact that Meghan chose Harry, so you've turned your attentions on to Harry. You hate him with a vengeance. But there's one thing that you forgot. There's one thing that you haven't put into the equation. I'll remind you. Harry, no matter where he goes, where he lives, is the son of a king. He has royal blood. More than that, he is the son of Diana, and he will never forget, as long as he lives, how the press hounded his mother to her death. He wasn't going to let you get away with that, whatever your antics were. And the other thing is that he is royal and loyal. He is of noble stock. So he was going to take you down in a way that you would never dream possible. He has and had the money to see you in court. And you lost. You lost the court case, and that losing the court case shows you as a pathological liar. So if you don't know where you stand right now, let me spell it out to you. Murdoch has turned his back on you. He doesn't want anything to do with you. Why? Because you've cost the Mirror Group a ton of money and you can't control your mouth. The royal family and your good friend Camilla doesn't want anything to do with you because you're a liability. So now, having been sacked yet again, you say you're going to set up your stall on YouTube because you're going to be uncensored. You fancy yourself as a Joe Rogan. But how low are you going to get? Are you for real? I know you lost the plot a long time ago, but this is really becoming macabre. And let me tell you, just in case you don't know, you face ruin. Nobody wants you. Nobody's going to touch you. Nobody believes you. You face bankruptcy because someone's going to pay for the loss of the court case. And it's not going to be the Mirror Group. It's not going to be Murdoch. And if you can't pay, you're going to face jail time. I would love to say that I feel for you, but I must dash.
Great day for Piers Morgan. Cheers to Piers Morgan. So last week Piers Morgan called me despicable. Oh, sorry Piers, you're having a bit of a day now, aren't you? So last week Piers, you called me despicable. And this week Piers, you don't even have a job, love. Can someone signpost Piers Morgan the way to the benefit office? Because he's going to be a YouTuber now. A YouTuber. Used to be on CNN. Used to have his own show on ITV. Used to be the big knob. And now he's going to be a YouTuber. Hold on. I'm just going to drink some of his tears. Piers Morgan's tears. Delicious. Yum. As my former colleague, Piers, I just want to say I'm so sorry for what's happening to you. I'm so sorry you're being humiliated on the national stage. And I'm so sorry there's probably going to be a police investigation. Hold on, I've just got to find some sympathy. I love it. So he got fired. I love. He's now a vlogger.
Prince Harry and Duchess Meghan have relaunched their website under a new Sussex.com banner with links to the office of Prince Harry and Meghan, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, Archewell Foundation, and Archewell Productions. The new Archewell Foundation website incorporates the mission to show up, do good, and lists uplifting communities, restoring trust in information, and building a better online world as key focuses of the foundation. Personally, I love the rebranding. I feel like it was a much-needed change.
Prince Harry and Meghan Markle just secretly launched a new website ahead of their trip to Canada this week, so you know we gotta talk about it. I'm not gonna lie, when I first saw this website, I thought it was their old one, SussexRoyal.com. And it had just been revamped. However, that is not the case. Sussex Royal does still exist. However, when you visit that website, you get this message. And if you click the link, it takes you to the new site, Sussex.com. Now, again, I'm not going to lie. When I first saw this, I had a moment of freaking delusion where I was like, is this them going back into the royal fold? Is this website their way of being like, we're working royals again? And then I realized, no, hell has not frozen over yet. There is no way that is happening. This site is just a site to house everything that they have going on. It has their bios, one for Harry, and one for Meghan. And I love Meghan's because straight out the gate, it comes in hot with saying Meghan, the Duchess of Sussex, is a feminist and champion of human rights and gender equity. Meghan is a proud feminist. She has been her entire life, and being a royal isn't changing that. You'll also find links to all the different charities and organizations they support, as well as their own, the Archewell Foundation, and their production company, Archewell Productions. But my favorite thing about this site is that there is a whole news section for all the different happenings in their life. Like currently, Harry being at the NFL honors and him being named global ambassador for Scotty's Little Soldiers. I think this is the smartest thing they can do, having a website where they bring together all the different things they're working on and give updates. Because we know there is constant chatter about Harry and Meghan. All they need to do is exist, and there are about 20,000 articles written about them. So I think it's smart that they created this website, the Office of Prince Harry and Meghan Markle, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, where they can house their bios, they can house links to everything they support, and they can share news updates with us directly. Even when their publicist has given statements to different media outlets in the past, those statements have been twisted and turned and manipulated. So having their own website with their own news section where they can announce whatever it is they need to is smart. Do I think it will calm down the chatter? Absolutely not. Nothing's ever going to stop people from talking about them. But personally, I would much rather get my news about them directly from them than from a second or third party source. Now, with all that being said, I do think the timing of this is a bit interesting. They are headed to Canada this week. And there has been lots of talk about all the different things they have in the works. We don't really know what's in the works for them, but there's been so much chatter. So part of me thinks the launch of this website is going to coincide with the launch of something else for them. What that is, I have no idea. But I think the timing of it is interesting. I think it's a smart thing to do to have this website. And some time has passed since she's had her podcast, since he's released a book. Like, something else is coming down the pipeline. It's just a matter of when. And I think that this website being secretly launched might be a tell that something is coming soon. I could be wrong. I could be right. We won't know until it happens.
Not Harry and Meghan sliding in this new website and y'all don't even know it. You know the British media is sick, right? They just went in there and slid this website in all real nice and cute. Come on, Harry and Meghan, for the stealth mode. I know this makes the media just sick, right? They are disgusted that Prince Harry and Meghan just come on through with it real quick. And I love it. The Office of Prince Harry and Meghan. Come on, Harry. Come on, Meghan. It just kind of came on through, and here it is. I'm here for it. I'm here for it. Now we know that you can go to this website, and any type of releases that are statements, it's going to be on this page, right? You already know. So you don't have to wonder if it's true or not. We know it'll be on this page. And then it makes me wonder, does this have anything to do with that visit with Charles? Right? Because they could have put this out a long time ago. But after he had a visit with Charles, this webpage pops up. I wonder what's going on. And isn't he supposed to have another visit with his dad later on this week? What is the tea? What is the tea?
Now, besides the very modern update of the website, we've seen the use of Harry and Meghan's coat of arms, which is just chef's kiss. I especially love the designated spots for the philanthropic work of both Harry and Meghan. Also, if you look at Meghan's spot in particular, she did not include much of the work that she did during her time as a senior working royal. So you know, we already saw one of the articles saying that it's a snub, you know, Harry and Meghan's website is snubbing the royal family. But I love those designated spots. And along with all of these new things, the coat of arms, the designated spots, the very rich news section. Now, this news section on the website has a very detailed list of all of the things that Harry and Meghan have been up to from the inception of Archewell to current day. For all of the articles that have been saying, what have they been up to? They haven't been doing anything. They're work shy, you know, projection for William and Kate. Well, Harry and Meghan said, no. We're going to give you a detailed list, okay? In addition to that, we saw brand new photos of Meghan from this past Saturday. Inspired by her work with Hub Community Kitchen in the UK, Meghan, the Duchess of Sussex, and the Archewell Foundation launched the Welcome Project of 2023 to support women-led programming, creating a safe haven and inclusive environment for the women who have recently resettled in the US from Afghanistan. This past Saturday, the Duchess joined the Southern California Welcome Project for an evening of cooking and storytelling. In collaboration with the Archewell Foundation's partner Mina's List, a group of 15 women gathered to cook traditional Afghan food. I love seeing Meghan continuing the work that is so near and dear to her heart. This rebrand was much needed and wonderfully done. So if you guys have seen the Sussex.com website, let me know. Do you prefer it or do you prefer the original Archewell? My vote is Team Sussex.com.
And mystery after mystery after mystery, probably all a big distraction from keeping us focusing on the topics that we should be addressing, like inflation, poverty, and our government. But there you go. Let's get right into it. More resignations. So this isn't the first recently. No reason given, no real announcement to the public about why these people are suddenly deciding to leave Kensington Palace. Now, the royal family in Kensington Palace are very plugged into social media, right? When something's trending on Twitter, like this was, they know. They monitor the feeds constantly, using technology to gauge public perception. They know they can address rumours like this and give us more information. They know they can tell us, is William under extreme stress? Is that why he made such a hash of the ceremony on Thursday? Is Kate okay? Can we have a video? What's happening with other key members and events? They can keep the public informed because they understand what we want to know, but they choose not to release any more information. Just think about that for a second.
Kate Middleton, I want to say something real quick about her. I don't give a damn about her or what kind of surgery she had or how long it takes her to recover. This is who I care about. The rightful Queen of England. She was the people's princess. Everybody loved her. What they did was wrong. And not only that, but the world loved her. The whole world.
Yes, 30 years ago, Charles did exactly the same thing. In 1994, he authorised a biography with Jonathan Dimbleby. Charles gives his side of a failed marriage in a new biography. The London Sunday Times today began serialising a new biography that represents Prince Charles' side of an unhappy marriage and gives details of a lonely childhood. I found this as well, just like Harry's ghostwriter. The then Prince of Wales spent countless hours sitting down for interviews with Dimbleby, as well as providing access to his friends and aides and opening up his private archives of 10,000 private letters, journals and diaries. The result was a tome that offered a deeply intimate look at Charles like never before. The story of an heir's emotional repressed childhood, his detached and often absent mother who was too preoccupied with her career to show warmth, and a capricious, judgmental father who just wanted his son to grow up to be a thicker-skinned, aggressive leader. Prince Charles at that time had done a documentary and also this authorised biography where he spoke about his childhood, he spoke about his parents, and he spoke about his basically being forced into a marriage with Princess Diana. He did it because he wanted to let people know his truth. He didn't want the tabloids to talk about his life, so he wanted to say it in his own words. Sounds very familiar.
This commenter said, listen, you can't convince me that there isn't a rift between Charles and William, or that William and Kate haven't been antagonistic since Charles ascended the throne. And I agree with you. For a family that we are repeatedly told presents a united front, Buckingham Palace and Kensington Palace seem, at least on the outside, less than united. So let's go back, as you mentioned, to 9 months ago at the coronation, and see if this perceived division has been building since then. Charles's coronation was supposed to be a day about him, but we do know that it was thrown a bit off schedule with the late arrival of the Wales family. And their tardiness was made even more surprising with the revelation that it may have been caused by the filming of a sort of highlight video, in which they highlighted not Charles, but themselves. And while that PR video could be chalked up to bad advice from their team, William's comments just 1 week after the coronation, saying that his own coronation would be more modern and relevant and look much different than his father's, made it seem like the Whales posting that video advertisement of themselves was intentional. And just 1 week after that, the King and Queen were overshadowed yet again when Kate made a surprise appearance at the Chelsea Flower Show on the same day that Charles and Camilla had a scheduled planned event there. Kate's unplanned arrival, hours before Charles and Camilla, led many of the waiting press to focus on her. And by the time Charles and Camilla did arrive, the interest in photographing the new monarch and his wife had dwindled. June of last year saw Charles's first Trooping the Color, the annual parade held in honor of the monarch's birthday. But the attention Charles received from this event was short-lived, as William almost simultaneously released a rare interview with the Sunday Times. The interview included the much-talked-about photos of William alone with his children, as well as William's first mention of his ambitious plan to end homelessness. This interview, as well as the photos, meant that any interest in Charles's Trooping the Color was quickly forgotten. The senior royals took most of the late summer off, as they usually do, but by fall, they and the competition were back. In late October, Charles and Camilla visited Kenya in their first state visit to Africa as King and Queen. And coincidentally, or conveniently, after also taking a multi-week break from royal engagements, William and Kate chose that same time frame to visit Scotland. And just 1 week later, it was clear yet again that the keepers of William and Charles's diaries were not comparing notes, as William held the Earthshot Award ceremony in Singapore on the exact same day as Charles's first state opening of Parliament. And to rub salt in an already festering wound, in an interview released the next day, William discounted any and all accomplishments of his father when he said that when he is king, he wants to go a step further than any other members of his family, and instead of highlighting issues, he wants to actually bring change. That same month, there was the visit from the South Korean monarchy to Buckingham Palace for a state banquet that led conversations in the media to be less about diplomacy and more about what Kate wore when she stepped out in an all-red ensemble that was guaranteed to capture the headlines. Another widely talked about story in November was Harry's phone call to Charles for his birthday, when what should have been a moment between a father and son was turned into another tabloid story. And as Carol Malone has now revealed, we know that William's team leaked the call to the media. If true, I would certainly consider that antagonistic. In December, calendars overlapped again, with Charles's climate speech in Dubai at COP28 falling on the same day that William and Kate welcomed Swedish royalty to the palace. And most recently, and perhaps the most telling, is that throughout Charles's surgery and his cancer announcement, there were no statements from Kensington Palace, and no visits either. Instead, the media has repeatedly said William has not seen his father, despite the story that Charles visited Kate while in the hospital. On Wednesday, Charles left for Sandringham, where he is said to be receiving treatment for his cancer. And on Friday, the UK media reported that William, Kate, and their children headed to Sandringham as well. But despite them all being in the same place, media reports, curiously, say it is unclear if they will see each other. The media explanation has been that William is busy tending to Kate, but considering he did have time to conduct 2 engagements last week, surely he could find just a few minutes to visit his sick father as well. And all of these moments certainly make it possible that Charles's liege man has something on his mind other than loyalty.
Today has really proved it to me that Meghan will ever set foot in this country again.
The press went after her when she was here. They attacked her relentlessly. On top of that,
on
top of that,
you remember the wedding? The coverage of the wedding?
Yeah, that was great. But after about 2 months after that, it was straight out of Compton. They were never nice about her. They were always talking about her in negative sense.
And they want to know why Harry does not bring his wife and children to the UK. They want to know why. They want to sit there and why doesn't Meghan come with them? Why doesn't the children? Why don't they do this? Why don't they do that? It's because these consistently British media just sit there and badge away at Meghan. I mean, what is it going to take? Literally, they have done nothing since right after the wedding, as that gentleman said, calling her straight out of Compton, showing monkey pictures as Archie was born, and then they consistently sit there and they want to just badger, and they think that it's okay because you know what? Pretty much the royal household, the royal gray suits have given them a green light to do this. But yet this could be stopped because we see that it's mum's the word when it comes to Kate and her health crisis. I hope they're having the best time of their life because you know what? They deserve it. After what the British media has consistently done to this woman right here, I don't see ever her a chance of wanting to return to the UK, or unless it was for business and nobody will know about it. I don't know why anybody thinks it's okay how the British press treat this woman. She's done nothing to them because Harry told his story and she has really not even spoken out on her side except a little glimpse on the Oprah Winfrey interview. Meanwhile, all these years by, Meghan has really never said anything damaging. Oh, what? She made fun of herself when she did the curtsy situation. So I say kudos to Prince Harry and Meghan Markle to consistently keep proving the derangers wrong. And even though they may say some nasty things, we all know the truth.
So this is how you know they absolutely know will never step up to do anything worthwhile. How you know that everything that has been said about Harry is actually about Will. How Harry was the only one keep propping up Will besides the British press. It's because Chuck called Harry's coming to visit, and every headline has been, oh, Will needs Harry. Will needs Harry. Now, Harry's not the heir. Will is. Shouldn't Chuck be leaning on him? No. We can't lean on Will. We can only lean on Harry.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Also, hit that notification bell.